Hey guys, NV here, and in this video, we're going to do another text effect. It will be a fictitious branding. Um, it's an old effect that I've done in the past. I did upload the styles into Photoshop so I can share those with you. When I say I did those in the past, it's an old project I worked on in the past. So I want to share this style with you and the effect with you guys. And so I'm going to go ahead and create a new document. I'm going to leave it like it is, other than the name, text effect 9. Click create because we're going to change the background later. Okay, so what I want to do is change this background. So I'm going to come down to the fill and adjustment icon, select solid color, and I'm going to leave it this color right here. Okay, there's the value. And I'm going to just go ahead and delete this background layer. And I'm going to put this in a folder, Control Alt Shift, click on that folder icon. I'm name this BG for background. Make another folder. I'm just going to hold the Alt key and click on the folder, and I'm going to name this branding. I'm going to duplicate it, Control J, and then Control close bracket key. I'm going to move that underneath the branding folder. Select the copy, double click on it, name it original. I'm going to duplicate that one as well, Control J. Name this one modified. Okay, so now what I want to do is hide the modified folder. Tap the T key on the keyboard, and I want to just click in here and type, let's say, quarantine. Okay, confirm that. I'm going to center it into the document. Let me double check. I'm pretty sure I spelled it right, but you never know sometimes. Okay, so there we go. And what I want to do now is change this font type. I don't want to use this font specifically, so I want to change it. This one right here. That's a nice one. Center that in the document again. I want to resize this font as well. I want to make it about 125 or something like that. Okay. Deselect the document, Control D, and I want to change this font to white, just pure white. And what I want to do is duplicate this, just Alt click and drag and release. And I'm going to move this up. I'm going to tap the T key. I'm going to name this number. I'm going to put a number 3 here. So just tap the 3 key on the keyboard. And I want to move this over here. I'm going to resize this 3 too. I'm going to make it a little bit smaller. I'm going to go to characters and I'm going to put here in 110, something like that. Okay. And we'll kind of get it something like this right here. Say nudge it over. And I'm going to hold Control and Shift, right arrow key a couple times. Kind of space it away. See how that looks. I'll give it a little bit of space here, breathing room. Now I'm scrolling in and holding Control and Alt and just using my mouse wheel, by the way, just if you're wondering. So what I want to do now is select, well, before I do anything else, I want to center it with the document now that we added the 3 there. So make sure it's centered like so. Now I'm going to select the both of these, hold the Alt key, click, drag, and release. I'm going to copy them into the modified folder. Let's hide the original folder and make sure modified folder is now active. Okay, so now what I want to do, select both of these fonts, right click, convert to shape, just like so. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. Just want to double check everything, make sure everything's right. So now what I want to do is select quarantine. I'm going to add my styles to it so you guys can copy the settings I have. Made a folder here so I know what I'm working on. Okay. And do the 3 as well. Just like so. So I'm going to select quarantine and I'm going to go to the LFX and let you copy the settings. Everything is normal, but in the color here, there's a value to that. Size and elements, 10. Quality, range, 60. I don't have anti-alias checked. Color overlay, just normal white color and normal. Okay. And there you go. Save your style so you know, so you don't have to redo this. Select the 3, and I'm going to show you the 3 as well. Again, normal, white, and the drop shadow. The angle is 120. Use global lighting is unchecked. All these are 0, but 10 in size. And everything else like it is. Outer glow. There's a color value to that. Elements. Size, 10. Quality, range 60. Again, no anti-alias. Color overlay is white, and then blend mode though is linear dodge. Okay, there you go. Now what I want to do is tap the U key on the keyboard because I want to select branding folder. I'm going to hold the Alt key and select the folder icon. I'm going to put Scanlines, and I want to select this white on the background, the color, and I'm going to make it a green. There's the value to the green. Okay. What I'm going to do is just click and drag over the font, just like so, leaving everything default. I'm going to double click on this, change it from dark to the green. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and center that into the document as well. Name this Scanlines. I'm going to right click on that, convert to Smart Object. Come up to Filter, Sketch, Halftone Pattern. Okay. And in pattern type, I want to select the lines right here, line. Okay. Contrast, I don't want to be that high really. I want to put in 2. And I'm going to keep the size at 1. I think that's a good size. We can always change things later if we want to. And click OK. And there you go. You can see that. So now what I want to do is hold Control, click on Quarantine, and then Control and Shift and select the 3. So they're both selected. Make sure Scanlines is selected. Come down to the mask icon and click on that. Okay. I want to select the blend mode to Vivid Light, just like so. It's very difficult to see. Not much is happening right now. Let me hide that. And what's going on is these scan lines are going to grab onto the outer glow of this font. Okay. And it's going to create a really cool, modern digital, I don't know, kind of effect. It's going to be real cool. But what I'm going to do is go ahead and show that layer. Select the mask of the scan lines, come to properties. I want to set the value to 7. Now you can kind of see what's going on. Okay. Real cool effect. And now the real cool, the final touch with the font effect as far as that goes. I'm going to select the 3, come up to properties, and I want to make the feather 1. And that blends in there like that, just real good, smooth feathering. Okay. Do the same with quarantine as well, because you can watch the edge of this font when it changes. See that? Real nice effect. We'll zoom out once you see that. Okay. So now that we have that, what I want to do is tap the U key on the keyboard, and we're going to focus on quarantine, on the quarantine font. Come to the shape tool here and select line tool, and it's set to 5, the weight right now, and that's too small, I think. So I want to make it 15. Okay. And what I want to do is select just the left side of this A, not down here somewhere. Hold the shift key, click, hold, drag, let's say a little bit over the I right here. I think could go further. I don't know yet. Trying to think. I think that works for right now. We can always change it. What I want to do is nudge this line down a little bit more out there. I think that looks good. Now we're going to hold Control and tap the T key. I want to rotate this line upward a little bit. Okay. We'll say -2, just like so. Confirm that. I may nudge this up a little bit more, this line, a little bit, just like that. I think that might work. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and do the 3 as well. Okay. Let's select the 3 actually, and also with this line, let's go ahead and select it and go to paths operation, subtract front shape, just like so. Now I'm going to select the 3 and zoom in here. Hold the shift key and just drag a smaller line over it like so. And I want to rotate this. I'm going to hold the shift key and click and hold, just drag twice. Okay, upward. Up here it says -30. And I want to make this just above that in this little sharp points right here. Okay, in the little bend right here. And confirm that and come to pass operation, subtract front shape. Just like so. Okay. You see what's going on. I'm going to duplicate both of these, hide those, and I'm going to select both of these, come up to pass operations. Oh, I can't. I got to select one at a time. So go to pass operations. I got quarantine selected. Merge shape components. Now it's officially cut through. That gets rid of our shape. Select the three, pass operations, merge shape components. And there we go. So we're going to focus on quarantine again. Tap the P key on your keyboard. This gives us the pen tool. Okay. Now what I want to do is hold control, click on bottom part of this A. Make sure we're on quarantine. Click on the bottom part of that A, and then Alt key, control, and then hold the Alt key. See that plus sign? That means we're specifically targeting or selecting an area or a shape point. So we only have the bottom selected, not the top. Okay. Now what I want to do is hold control and shift and the right arrow key 2 times, just like so. Okay. And now what I want to do is select the R, top part of the R, control, click, and then Alt, control and Alt, and click, select just the top part of the R, control and shift, left arrow key 2 times. Now we're going to skip this A and come to the N. Now this one we need to control and click on this part, this little leg here, and then control and Alt. And now we need to hold control and Alt and shift key at the same time and select this part of the N. Just like so, just the line, okay? Now we're going to hold control and shift and right arrow key 2 times. And we're going to pretty much repeat the same thing with the eye, okay? I'm going to select that. Oops. And just nudge that over 2 times, like so. And that looks pretty cool, okay? Now we're going to do the 3. I'm going to select the bottom part of the 3, okay? And I'm going to nudge it over twice. I mean, 1 time, not twice. Actually, I want to move it to the left, not right, just like so. I want to select the top part of the 3 and nudge it over 1 time. And there we go. Okay. So that's a real cool effect so far. It's looking amazing. And just if you're wondering, you wanted to change your, let me expand this. Oops, not there. Sorry. On the scan lines right here. Oops. If I expand that, select the halftone pattern. If I click on that pattern there, you can crank that up more if you wanted to. I just wanted to show you, you can still change things here. I got to set to 2 just to show you, see the result of it. If I was working on a higher res, you would want to crank up the size. But if you like that, you can keep it. But I'm going to undo it, Control Z. Because I like it at 1. I think it's just nice and subtle. And if you notice it right here in these areas, it's more jagged than other areas. Because if I Alt click on this mask right here, it still sees the mask is still from the original font. Okay. Nothing was cut and moved over. And if I hold Alt and Shift and click on that mask again, you can see it, how it's the original font here, and the mask is still remaining where it is. It's just moving the font over, which is creating this jagged edge. Okay. I wanted to show you that because I just, that way you can understand how it's working. I may not have explained it very well, but you get the idea, I hope. I'm going to go ahead and hide, minimize that. And I want to set the opacity on the font folder, or Scanlines folder, to 60. Just tap the 6 key on your keyboard. You don't have to, it's just something I do. I think it looks fine that way. And now that we have that, I want to do one more thing. The shape I showed you how to make the other day, I'm going to put this on a separate folder, separate layer. I'm going to name this symbol. And we'll come up to, I'm going to tap the X key on the keyboard, by the way. So I can have the green showing. I'm come down to custom shape. And I want to select this right here. This is the biohazard sign symbol I showed you how to make from a reference photo. And all I'm doing is holding shift and clicking, holding shift and then the alt and clicking and dragging this into place. Just like that, okay? Now that's our symbol. I'm going to keep it like it is for right now. And I may modify it. So I'm going to come back to the line tool here in the shape. And I don't know if I want 15. Size is pretty huge. So I may change that size down to 8 or something like that. And selecting the shape, I'm going to hold the Alt key, a Shift key. I'm just going to drag over like so. take that line, Control T, and I'm going to rotate it ever so slightly. Move it in the center, I think, too. Nudge it down there like that. So ever so slightly. It's 7. And confirm that. Past operation. Subtract front shape, so we cut through it. I'm just doing this as experimentation to see if that's something I want to do. Then past operation again and merge shape components. Now it's cut through. So now I want to select the bottom half of this shape. And again, that's tapping the P key on your keyboard, giving you the pen tool. I'm going to hold the Control key and Alt and select this. Start selecting these individual pieces. Okay. So hold the Alt and Control and then Shift key, just like so. We're adding these different pieces together, just like that. Okay. Ever so slightly. And I think that's good. We just want to select these pieces. And I'm going to nudge it up. Oops. A couple of times, just holding the Control key. And then I'm going to move the right arrow key just a little bit, just to throw it off center a little bit and see how that looks. It's pretty cool. It's not too bad. And now what I want to do, copy that onto the quarantine folder text. Sorry. Control C, and then select the quarantine text here, this branding, and Control V. Well, I didn't place it in paste. Control C, because you need to keep this active for some weird reason, and then paste it in and hide the symbol shape. So there's the symbol. Okay. Now we have that. I'm going to control click on this symbol copy. I'm going to name this. I need to rename that so I can remember what's going on. Minimize or expand this scan lines. I'm going to alt click on that mask and you can see it, highlight it. Control and backspace. Make sure your background's white. Should be by default when you're on your mask. And now you can see it there. Now if I come alt click on the mask again, and now you can see the shape. Okay, very cool looking. It just kind of creates a distorted look with that, with it cut like that, and I like that. And we can always select this shape if we wanted to and nudge it over a little bit, and reposition it, creates a more jagged. And all I did was tap the U key on the keyboard, Control, and click on that shape only, and nudge it over. Just Control and the left arrow key a couple times, just like so. Okay. And that creates a real jaggedness too, because the mask, I reveal the mask, or both of them, Alt Shift, and you see it moved over. Okay. It's a trick, a technique. You'll learn this over time with the masking techniques, but it creates a real smooth result. And I'm going to put this in a folder here and call this symbol. Okay. And I'm going to name this one here symbol. Okay. That way I know what's going on. The symbol. Okay. It's just so my own personal reference, so I know what's going on here. But there's the result, and I think it's pretty sweet, giving the before, okay, and the after result. And of course, somehow I forgot to put my 3 back. But the results are pretty cool, as you can tell. And what I want to do is save my project, file and save as. We've already named it, our document. Save. And I want to save it as an image also, just like so. And I'm going to go ahead and wrap things up here. And until next time, I will see you in another video.